Hi everyone. So interesting enough, I'm up here in Independence, Iowa, and I finally found a existing open insane asylum. Insane asylum. It's no longer for the insane. It's more for substance abuse now. But still, part of its intended purpose was to help people with substance abuses and alcohol, and that's what it's still being used for in a way. Uh, Beautiful place, absolutely gorgeous. It's built in the Second Empire style from France, and it's great, amazing grounds here. I mean, it's weird that the people who we think are the most crazy always get to live in places that are the most serene. I don't really know what causes that, but the grounds here are quite extensive. They go way, way out there. Not easy to find on a map. Um, Actually, you Google the name of the place, which is the former Iowa State Hospital for the Clinically Insane, or just the Independence State Hospital, which is what its official name technically still is, to my knowledge. Doesn't come up with this. I had to Google ghost stories actually to find the address to this place because apparently that's what it's more known for, just ghost stories. But I would love that to be the front of my house. It'd be kind of cool, amazing for an entrance, like Wayne Manor or something. I hear plenty of bats. It could totally be Wayne Manor. But yeah, this place is kind of cool. Um, there's a woman inside there. I went to see if the place was open because there's like all the lights are on, and it's supposed to be someone open to the public. And there's a sign that said "Don't enter unless you're staff," so I didn't. But she has no idea I'm out here. I think bad security. Be running around here, and no one would ever know. Um, you guys, if you guys see this, you can control that. You should probably do something about that because I don't really think people should be running around out here without someone being able to figure that out. But yeah, dude, this is cool. This building is actually still used for a couple of different things. From what I understand, but the grounds out here are huge. So much stuff going on out here. Um, the buildings go up, all the way down, all the way around this big, huge drive here. There's buildings all down there. Um, so, in reality, as far as mental health is concerned, there's several of these buildings that are still standing. They're still up. They're still in good working order. Um, for substance abuse and all that stuff. The problem isn't about having enough locations for people, or having enough beds to treat people. It's that we don't really have that many people who can treat these people, and that's actually a nationwide problem. It's not just an Iowa problem, so everyone wants to give Iowa a hard time for not having much to do for mental health cases, but it's not just Iowa, it's kind of everywhere because there really hasn't been that much work on mental health. And I don't mean like criminally insane people. I mean, just there are certain people who aren't able to maintain their medications because of poverty. There's people who, no matter how much money you give them, can't ever get themselves out of trouble because their minds just aren't there to do so. And initially, that's what these places were kind of for. They were kind of there to take in the people who were, no matter what you did, were never going to be able to manage themselves. And then that got turned into, well, obviously they're just insane or imbeciles or idiots. These are all clinical terms. And then they were kind of all abandoned. There's never really been much of a medium angle where these are people who could be successful, but they're not able to do it on their own. They need some specific guidelines. And I don't mean just walks in the park. I mean, they need some specific guidance. And many of them, if they were in the proper situation, you could probably lead somewhat normal lives, but they would never be able to afford a normal lifestyle, and on their own. So they would need a place, kind of just they can get the extra care. So I mean, I know a lot of places have a lot of homeless there because they're mentally ill. They're never going to hold a job. They're never going to, no matter how much money you give them, they're never going to be able to do anything with it. So these types of places are kind of going to be in the future. Um, Again, I think because unless you want everyone to be homeless, and I don't want everyone to be homeless, there's certain people that you can't just give an apartment to and a job and say you go nuts. They can't do it. These types of places still have a place in society. They've always been around, and we shouldn't shun them for things that were really bad in the past by really bad doctors. I think there's a place for these types of locations in the present that have proper staff, proper training staff, doctors who are more focused on helping people deal with issues that cannot be cured, instead of trying to make people conform to the what was the term that was used? This was actually the official term, to confirm to the psychological society, I believe it was. There were a lot of people in the mid 20th century that were put in places like this because they wouldn't conform to normal behaviors and attitudes. Many of them couldn't. They didn't have the capacity to, and they were treated horribly because they wouldn't conform. So we got to get rid of that idea of trying to make them conform to a world that they're never going to be able to fit into. But we should work on it, and I think places like this have a possible future in that. One cool thing, it's not really cool, but as I'm looking over here, see these benches, and then see this little thing right here. I keep thinking it's a person standing there. It's not, but it keeps looking like one. In a really weird outfit. But yeah, I might come up and try to do a video about this place more in depth, maybe get an official tour. But it'll have to be way after COVID's over because ain't no one going in there right now. Buchanan County, it's got a lot of interesting stuff. So I'm doing a video up on that. It'll be up later. But yeah, I gotta go back. I wasn't even supposed to be up here this late today, but all kinds of things broke loose, and I've been up here all day. I want to go home. So, everyone, hope you're having a good time. I'll talk to you later.